The 1 to 3 million kids and teens are expected to get a concussion this year, and as more and more studies are being done on the possible long-term side effects, we're working for you. We're having a day of answers on concussion management here at WMAR 2 News, and to answer some of these questions, I'm joined now by Dr. Scott Berger. He's the Chief Medical Officer for Choice 1 Urgent Care. Dr. Berger, thanks so much for coming in and joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
So a lot of people think about urgent care, colds, sprains, little things like that, but now concussion management is a part of what you guys are doing.
Yeah, you know, so many patients do show up in urgent cares with minor head injuries, and we're really proud to be the only urgent care clinic in Maryland to offer comprehensive concussion management services using a brand new tool, FDA cleared, to be able to track patients both before a head injury and after they've sustained a head injury. One
of the interesting things that I've always heard about concussions is that they're kind of difficult to diagnose, and so what doctors have tried to start doing is to get an initial idea of what the brain looks like before there's even any contact with the head. Is that what you guys are doing?
That's right. You're referring to baseline testing. So what baseline testing allows us to do is to be able to assess somebody, how they are before they have an injury, where they're living, how well they're processing information and thought process, how well they're able to balance and do different things, and what if any symptoms they're having before they enter into any athletic activity where they could sustain a head injury.
So if they were to sustain some kind of injury when they come in, you're able to compare that with what you had previously.
Exactly, and then you can track their recovery as they're coming through that process, which is a long process. It's not 2 or 3 days to get these people better. So you really want to be able to monitor them through that process and then make sure that they're returning to what we call their baseline so that you know they're safe to return to activities.
It's tough when kids themselves, not to mention their parents and their coaches, a lot of times they want to get them back on the field as soon as they can, but sometimes you need to hold them back.
Right, and what you really need are quantitative results. You really need to be able to measure these results so that you can show it to the athlete, you can show it to the parents, and teach them and say, you know, he might say he's feeling better, but look, he's still having some balance issues, and if we have him go back too soon, he might have a significant musculoskeletal injury after getting back to play. So we really need to monitor these kids, quantify the result, and track them through the process.
Dr. Berger, thanks so much for coming in. And we're not done with this discussion. We're talking about concussions all day long here today. Dr. Berger is going to be back talking about concussion management for a live interview during the 5 p.m. newscast. We're also having Facebook Lives this morning at 9 and 11, as well as 3 and 7 o'clock. You can always participate in those and send in your questions as well. We would love to hear from you about an important topic, concussion management, here for our local athletes.